Bible. And if God was real, there should be no mistakes.
Just some of the difference between
But here I began to see mistakes.
something with deformers versus a rig.
I saw some ethical problems, like in the Old Testament. They allowed slavery. I began to wonder, how could God condone these things? I saw misogynistic attitudes toward women were treated like chattel. And then I saw such a jealous God, a peevish God, a God that forgot. And so everything together came into a crescendo.
I don't recommend doing this because there's no good way to sort of get back
it just
to the original
collapsed.
position. So it's a very, in my mind, destructive way of working. So you can do that. You can do stuff like using blend shapes. So I've set one up already, but I have this goofy version of the mesh where he's like.
And so the question is God real or is he imaginary?
So once you set that up with a blend shape, right, like you can do stuff
I began
like
to
this,
see
where you just sort of like morph
that
between
possibly God is imaginary.
two, and you can do more than two, but you can just morph between two versions of stuff. So imagine it's like panting or something. I don't know. So you can do that. And then of course you have your basic sort of non-linear deformers, like your twist and your bend and your flare. So I'm gonna add a squash deformer because I can.
And at first I felt like sort of a ship with no steering. I was just out drifting in the ocean.
I haven't used a squash deformer in so long.
What is life about?
I may not remember how they work. So let's do a twist deformer, because I do remember how those work.
I about feel like tearing my hair out.
Alright, so you can do your basic twisting, you can bend back and forth. And these should work. You'll see, unless you delete history.
At one point I said, I just can't take this. I'm afraid I might lose my mind.
To this blend shape in here, right? So I can still use this blend shape with other deformers. The downside with deformers, of course, is they're fairly limited. Ooh, my. They're fairly limited in the motion that you can do. So it's really easy to target like the whole object.
My wife, I think she sensed something was happening within me.
Target sort of parts of the object.
That spring,
so
I said,
if you wanted to do something really
I really am sorry, but I just feel like my faith is crumbling.
Deformers by like moving it around. You could try to set up.
I think it was sort of a bombshell to her.
I've actually never tried this. Let me try a thing real quick.
And the fact that I began to do the most forbidden thing to even question God, that was just beyond pale.
This feels like it's gonna crash Maya. Yeah. But it's really hard to get targeted control of specific.
The traditional practice is that the person is duly excommunicated in an official service of the church.
Come on. The beauty of rigging. Let me see if the computer is exploding. Oh, good. It's not responding. That's pretty much what I thought. Okay, we're gonna come back in 4 seconds. But the beauty of rigging. Wait, that was stupid. Sorry. All right. Rigging is nice. It does take longer to set up. There is certainly a learning curve with it, depending on how complex you make your rigs, but it allows you really, really precise control of exactly what you're doing. It allows you to control specific parts of the body in very specific ways. You can add squash and stretch, should you, want to. And it allows you different ways, particularly for walking and using arms and legs, picking stuff up. It allows you very specific ways of interacting with the environment, which can make your life a lot easier. Like being able to sort of plant the feet of the rig and such. So just a quick little demo, and I have videos going over this rig, so I'm not gonna super spend a bunch of time doing this. But you can do things where you, like here, we set up custom attributes which control other parts of the rig, so you can have this really, really easy flopping of the arm, which would be hilariously difficult to do with the deformer. And you also have access to not all the twist controls, but you are able to sort of twist the character like you would with that deformer. This one has some squash and stretch built in, so you have that. And again, it just gives you a lot of freedom in terms of how you choose to move the rig and the character. So there's nothing wrong with doing deformers. I personally hate them. I would much rather spend 5 minutes setting up a little rig, but it's just sort of easier to control what I'm doing. But again, that's totally personal preference, and there's a lot of people that I've seen do really great animation with deformers. It just depends on what you're doing. Like, I would not try to do something like this sack with a deformer because you're going to drive yourself crazy. Ditto with characters, incidentally, but that's just sort of I guess, very rough comparison of rigs versus deformers, mostly for sort of more complex objects.